Ho, 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 it's wintertime, bitches, and we're talking about winter 2024 anime. I am Frankfurter, that is Magically Average, and I've already said what we're going to discussing. We've got a lot to discuss, so let's hop straight into it. We're going to start, as always, on livechart.me. The season is winter 2024, the filters, ongoing shows from last season. We're going to start this near the very bottom with Snack Basui, which is done by Studio Puyak. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Puyukai.
Puyukai, there you go. No synopsis, is a comedy. Looks like it revolves around a woman that runs a bar, maybe a karaoke joint. This
looks atrocious.
This does not look pretty.
No.
This does not look good.
She looks like she's going to be the only one animated in the anime, and then the rest of them are just going to be
maybe
like
the other girl in the background.
Yeah, the rest of them are just going to be like South Park animated, where they're like the Canadian style, where their heads are just going to flap, kind of.
But they also look like they're holding like photoshopped in beer.
Yeah, they also
like real beer cans. Just
that actually,
in.
I think that front guy looks like he's holding a Fami Chicky bag, which is like the Family Mart chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on. She also looks like a giant compared to them, and they have a combined total of all the side characters, like maybe 10 teeth. So yeah.
Regardless, this is gonna be a pass.
No, yeah.
This is gonna be a hard pass.
Yeah.
I'm bent out of shape about how bad I'm passing on this. Moving on, Brave Bang Bravern. Bravern.
They've got T's on their crotch.
That they do. They're This looks like be war axes as well.
I feel like this is going to be animated the same style as the Under Ninja one.
Oh god, that was awful.
It kind of gives that vibe though.
Is it the same studio?
I don't know. Psy Games Pictures? No idea. But I can tell you it's going to be a pass.
Yeah, this is going to be a pass for me. It's an action and a mecha. You got to love your mechas, but not in 3D.
Yeah.
Delusional Monthly Magazine. Finally, something with a description. The story takes place in a town in most city. That's
in a certain country.
Sure.
Way to keep
on the
it
second
vague.
floor of an old building is a publishing company that puts out periodical called Delusional Monthly Magazine, a science magazine featuring articles about shocking, bizarre events and inexplicable phenomena that make even scientists throw up their hands in defeat.
Okay, too much. That's it.
Yeah. No,
basically, this is the anime about tabloids.
Yeah. But I do like that they've got a dog in here.
I mean, it's an OLM sub studio, OLM team Yoshioka.
Yeah.
So it's gonna look kind of pretty, I guess. But
they did Odd Taxi.
Not this specific one, I don't think. Oh, this specific one.
They did Odd Taxi, Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout, and The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen from Villainess to Savior.
Oh,
but regardless, going to be probably a pass.
Yeah.
There's a lot at the top of this list that is going to draw our attention. We're not gonna be at the bottom of this list for too long like we normally are. The Legend of Supernormal Professor Chiba. Comedy
it's not even Professor, it's Pref. Pref. Period.
Yes, I know, but Professor. Anyways,
that's not how you spell Professor.
I like how it is of Supernormal Pref Chiba, and then it's done by Supernormal Studio.
I took it as Prefecture Chiba, which also didn't make sense.
I took it as Professor, but
that's not how you spell Professor. Professor is Pro. It's not Pre.
Whatever.
Preference.
I can't read. That's why
Prefecture.
I like my
Preventative. You could. Preventative doesn't even work.
Preventative. Yes, that has an F in it. You fucking idiot.
Preventative. Duh.
Preventative.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a pass. There's no description about it. It is an original, so it will be interesting to see if it actually turns out to be anything good.
No, it doesn't, because it looks like all these different girls turn into like little chibi bunnies that he or she control. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
It also kind of gives me like
Professor.
Not Professor Layton. It almost gives me Ace Attorney vibes with all the like character slots. I don't know, and just like the lightning. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. Cherry Magic 30 Wizards of wait, 30 Wizards. Jesus Christ. 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard?
So this one I know my wife is going to watch and love.
A
'Cause
boys love comedy supernatural.
Yeah, because she's read the manga and she really, really likes it. So this is up her alley. But it is
Fair
not
enough.
up mine, so I'm going to pass.
It's complicated. A 30-year-old virgin gets more than he bargained for when his newfound magical power reveals he's the object of his male coworker's affection.
Basically, it's about how being a virgin gives you superpowers. That's it. So, not for me.
Because you're not a virgin. Haha. Weirdo. Anyways.
I just
The Fire
know.
Hunter season 2. Didn't watch season 1. No clue what this is. Moving on. Synduality Noir Core 2. Didn't watch Core 1. So moving on. Dropkick on My Devil End of the Century edition. Didn't watch End of the Non-Century. So we're gonna pass.
Moving on. Yep.
This is the first one of intrigue. Buchigiri. Which this is an original from MAPPA. It's got the character designs of just like, I mean this in the most loving way. This has the character designs of like a 12-year-old who thinks like this is what a cool guy looks like. And I mean that in the best possible way.
No, I mean
everybody, like you've got the one guy with the green hair that's got piercings everywhere. You've got like the big buff guy in red.
It looks like a shonen show from like 15, 20 years ago.
Yes, we're getting it now, and it's original.
Yeah.
But this will be an intrigue. This will be a one episode for me. But the description, real quick. When Arajin Tomoshiki,
this is not going to go well for you. There's
it's
too
not.
many.
Reunites with his former best friend. He finds himself involved in a battle among some of the strongest guys around, and then the shadow of a giant genie suddenly looms over. So yeah, this is gonna be a one episode for me. I don't know if I'll watch anything more than that, but
yeah,
maybe. How about you?
I will wait to hear back from you.
Fair enough.
I'm
getting my list together because I completely forgot to get it together.
Good. I'll move on to the next one. Kingdom season 5. I haven't watched seasons 1 through 4. I don't think you have either.
Nope. So but I do hear phenomenal things about Kingdom.
Yeah. I've heard great things too. I'm not in the mood to pick up a series that's already in its 5th season right now. So
touche. Maybe I'll pick it up next year.
Next one is The Demon Prince of Momochi House. Oops, there goes my camera for some reason.
Your battery's exhausted. Oh no, it's so sweepy. It's so eepy.
My poor sleepy battery.
You got an eepy battery.
I might have to shift to something else. But anyway, I'm still here.
It's fine. The Demon Prince of Momochi House. Fantasy romance supernatural done by Studio Drive, who is known for they're doing Konosuba season 3. They're also doing the Uzumaki adaptation, which looks great, or which I'm really looking forward to. They've done a lot of good things here. But yeah, the probably a no for me. On her 16th birthday, Himari suddenly receives a will and inherits the Momochi house. I'm good. That's fine. It doesn't speak to me, but it'll speak to somebody out there. The next one is a sequel, or it's a continuation. Kamiyarabi God App. So if you enjoyed Core 1, you're getting a Core 2. Yeah. So look, you're back. Is your battery not EP anymore?
No, I had to change.
Or is it a different camera?
I had to change cameras. So excuse me while I just squeeze over here real quick because I have my whole setup. My whole setup's changed. So oopsie poopsie.
The next one doesn't have an English title, and I'm not even gonna fucking attempt.
Oh, here we go. Maito Isekai no Yu Kaitoku ki Arafu Onsen. Okay, so it's something with a Isekai Onsen. Mania no Tensai Saki wa Nobiri Onsen Tengoku Daishiti.
The story centers around Yukawa, a major hot spring fan who finds hidden springs to revitalize the economy of the local area. However, he dies after falling off a cliff and is transported to an alternate world thanks to an Inari deity of harvest at a small shrine nestled in the rocks. Together with the Inari's attendant, Princess princess. He continues searching
Princess,
for the storied
princess.
hot spring. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and pronounce anything when we got little time.
It's just a it says
a hot spring
ecchi fantasy isekai. It's literally just one dude and 5 girls in this picture, most of which are well endowed. So you know what you know, you know what you're getting into. So, all right, moving on.
Good. Mr. Villain's Day Off. Just from the photo of this, I fucking love this panda. I want this panda.
So the photo of it, you want to know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Interstellar, the manga that we both like.
You mean Correspondence from the Universe?
Yes, that one.
Correspondence from the End of the Universe?
Yes.
No, I was gonna say it gives me it almost gives me Black Clover vibes from the character perspectives.
Well,
like the character designs look like Black Clover-ish.
I was more going from like the
That's
poster
fair.
of it.
The poster of it, yes, I understand.
So.
An evil organization from another planet is trying to take over Earth. An extraterrestrial from the organization named the General tirelessly fights against Earth's defenders every single day in a battle of life and death. However, today is his off day.
I was gonna ask you if today was gonna be his off day.
Oh no! By all means, go ahead, ask.
I'm not going to anymore.
No. Ask.
Moving on. Next one. Sengoku Yoko. By White Fox.
Action, adventure, drama, mythology done by
3-core series.
3-core. What the fuck?
Okay. Well then.
Just from the poster alone, no.
And the fact that they forgot the T and the, it just says He World. He World.
He World. He World is divided into 2 factions.
Humans and monsters. It's
despite
action,
the
adventure,
monsters,
drama, mythology.
Tama loves humans and vows to protect them from evil, even if it means fighting their own kind. Her brother Jinka, however, hates humans. Okay.
It's
humans
funny
versus monsters.
I saw Jinka and my brain immediately went to Wild Strawberry because they're Jinkas.
Oh yeah.
Things, so yeah.
This studio, by the way, is in charge of ReZero, Goblin Slayer.
I was gonna say
Operetta. Some pretty big series. Some pretty good series too.
Which again, we will reestablish every single time. Will likely mean it looks good. Does not mean it's going to be good.
We'll give it 1 episode just to see. Just to see.
We'll see. This one might be a sneaky one, so we'll see.
Indeed. Moving on to Saki and Peeps, adventure comedy fantasy done by Silverlink. So you know the animation will be pretty good.
Yep.
Sasaki is a middle-aged office worker living in Japan, feeling drained by the vapid. I don't know how you pronounce that. Vapid corporate world. He heads to the pet shop in search of a new companion. There he finds an adorable bird named Peeps and takes him home. But Sasaki quickly learns that Peep isn't your average bird. He's a powerful mage from another world. Together they embark on a magical adventure filled with swords and sorcery.
Probably not.
No. Like, by all means, reading that description, I'm in. Looking at that poster, I'm out.
Oh, see, I'm reverse. I'm reverse. Looking at the poster, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
No, it's Well,
because I like the concept of having the sorcery and sword fighting in the real world, sort of thing. The only thing I could equate it to off the top of my head, do not make fun of me for this. It is true though. It technically fits. Is like Bee and Puppy Cat.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like Mashal.
No. Like Bee and Puppy Cat, where there's like a normal life living, everything's pretty boring and plain, and then a cat shows up and transports you to an interstellar dimension where you get sucked into different worlds through a TV screen and have to do like a chore, and then you go back to your normal life. I feel like that's what's gonna happen here.
Is that not Persona 4?
I don't play those games.
Anyways.
Because I have a brain.
This is gonna be okay. Fuck you too. This is gonna be a pass from me.
Yeah,
it's just not my thing.
I'll give it one shot.
This next show, I know you are very excited.
Okay, I need to preface this though, because this one I am deathly afraid of the backlash it's going to get.
Oh, 100%.
Because I was shocked when I saw that it was getting an anime. I was like, what, this one? I was like, this isn't the one I'm reading, right? And I was like, oh, it is. That's not good.
Funny enough, there's no ecchi tag for this. It's just action comedy fantasy.
I don't
show
because it's not ecchi.
Gushing over magical girl.
Yes, by Asahi Production, which is another good studio.
You say it's not ecchi, yet in the fucking background you have 3 girls.
You did not let me explain. It is not
Okay.
ecchi. It's fucking straight erotica porn. Like, there's no ecchi, because etchiness is like
Teasing.
teeter. Yeah, it's yes, exactly. This is just straight up like, no.
I can't believe it's not hentai.
Basically. So that's why I was shocked when I was like, there's no way this is gonna be one. But a quick description. I'm not even gonna read the description. Basically, a girl. Main character is in love with magical girls which exist in the world, and then she meets a demon that turns her into a villain that fights against the magical girls. So she has this inner conflict of being like the best villain in order to attract the magical girls, but she also doesn't want to like defeat them because she's in love with magical girls. And then the main character ends up creating like a whole villain organization. It's wonderful. The manga is hilarious. Love it to death. So much nudity. I do not know what they're gonna do with this.
There's gonna be like the Inokai's dog, where they have like the easy version, and then the like oh boy version.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I mean, they're just gonna censor it easily.
Yeah.
Like but there's just so much of it. That's the problem. There's a lot of it. But that's not the reason why I think it's gonna get backlash. I think the backlash is because I believe
The age.
I think they're high school, which again
No, they're middle school.
So in middle school is not great at all.
Nope. That's even worse.
I think though they're in the manga, I want to say they're 15 or like 15, 16, right around that age. Because like for high school in Japan, I think it's 3. Yeah, high school in Japan, I think is 3 years, and I think it's normally like 16 to 18. I want to say is like the age range. So yeah, still, again, this is not me like defending myself or anything. Like it is very, very.
You're more in for the comedy, not the etchiness part.
Correct.
Or the nudity part.
And I love the premise of just like it would be like if I don't even know how we can't even equate it to ourselves like in terms of a fandom, but like if you love something so much, but then you become the antithesis of it, right?
Yeah.
That is a really funny premise, but the fact that it's also magical girls, you incorporate that element to it, it's just all sorts of greatness. But yeah, this one is for sure on my list, but I'm very, very worried about how the internet's going to respond. Because the
internet's not going to respond very well at all.
No.
And
like we even have I have a friend who she loves magical girl like anime, and I told her about this one, and she was like, "And they're what age? Hell no!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's not great." I was like, "But it's funny as hell. It's so fun." I was like, "Ugh, what a shame." But yeah, for sure, watch for me.
I'll give it a couple, but yeah, it's not gonna be like, oh my god, I love this show. It's just like this is gonna be like a comedy show that I'm just like, is this gonna make me too uncomfortable or not? And it probably will.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But yeah, moving on. High Card season 2. Didn't watch season 1. Moving on. Yorosei Yatsura season 2.
Yay.
Didn't watch season 1. Watched like one episode of season 1. Enjoyed it, but didn't watch it, so I won't be watching.
Need to watch more.
2. Correct. Need to watch more. Firefighter Daigo Rescuer in Orange. I said I was gonna watch at least 1 or 3 episodes of this last season. Did not watch any of it. So this is gonna be a pass as well.
No, really?
I know. This next one, I'm actually excited to watch an episode or 3 of.
Same here. Is this the one? Yes, this is the one I'm thinking of too. Same here.
Yeah, Pon no Michi. It is basically a girl gets kicked out of her house, and she inherits a like old abandoned mahjong parlor, and basically redoes it so her and her friends can hang out, cook, and play mahjong.
My brain immediately went to when will Yumu make his move for the they don't play mahjong. What the heck do they play?
The chess.
The chess
whatever
equivalent.
their chess is. I can't remember it. Wow.
Yeah, no, we're bad. We're really bad.
Holy shit.
That's where my brain went.
Blank on that.
But a more intense version because the main character basically gets abandoned by her family and has to fend for herself. But yeah, no, this one sounds great. It's going to look great because it's OLM and
Shogi.
Shogi.
I had to look it up.
Yeah, it was gonna drive me crazy too. Yeah, no, I'm in for 3 episodes minimum. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I agree. Looking forward to it. The next one I am also looking forward to. This has been on my to read list for a very long time, but
Oh,
I've yet to start it because it's on Manga Plus.
oh, okay.
Tis Time for Torture, Princess. Tis Time for Torture. But it's a comedy, fantasy, and food anime. A princess is held captive, subjected to merciless tortures by the Hell Horde. So basically, girl is captured and forced to eat food.
So if you're into mukbangs,
Sure.
or yeah,
Oh no! Don't feed me this delicious food.
it's also being done by Pine Jam, which did do it yourself, and I love their
they
animation style. They
yeah.
do really
They
good
also
stuff.
did Kubo.
Yep,
They
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 did in
also
fact
did
do
your
Kubo.
other favorite Glipnir.
I love Glipnir. I talk about it
I
all the
know you're a
time.
massive fan of Glipnir.
Oh yeah, constantly. Just can't get enough
Mm-hmm.
of it. Yeah, no,
Um,
this one I kept seeing trailers for and like little clips of, and it looks funny. My only worry is that it's gonna get repetitive and it's gonna be boring by like episode 3 or 4. I hope that's not
yeah.
the case.
This
Uh,
is why I'm giving it 3 episodes. But I mean, it is a
yeah,
long running series. Like there's over 100 chapters of this, if I remember correctly.
yeah. I
So
mean,
like
if
this
you
has
have a
been going
shtick,
on for a
if
while.
you have a shtick, you just keep doing it. Why not? You
Yeah.
know.
So this will be a 3 episode for me. Looking forward to it.
Hmm.
But moving on. This is kind of where I don't know. I haven't read any of this. I haven't looked at any of this. Minus I know what King Flowers is. But
Hmm.
Ishura, done by Studio Passion. Action, adventure, fantasy. In a world where the Demon King has died, a host of demigods capable of felling him have inherited the world. A master fencer who can figure out, or a master fencer who can figure out how to take out their opponents. Am I reading this wrong, or is this just
No,
horribly
they're
worded?
describing all the different people. It's fine. Just going to the
Oh,
bottom. The battle to determine the mightiest of the mighty begins. Basically, all the people that have the
Record of
capability.
Ragnarok, but not gods.
Yeah, congratulations, you did it. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. No, I'm good.
I'm fine.
Shaman King Flowers. This is, I believe, yeah, this is the sequel to
More to
Shaman
Shaman
King.
King. Yeah, I haven't
If I'm
watched.
not mistaken, this is on Netflix. No, this isn't, but the
Ah,
original remake of Shaman King is.
correct. Yes.
But this does not have the Netflix tag, so I do not believe it is on Netflix. By the way, if we know what series is going to be on what platform, we will say.
We've been doing a bad
But
job
some of
so
these,
far. Sorry.
we're doing a bad job so far, but at the same time, we really don't know. Like, of the ones that we've said, the Sengoku Yoku, that one's on Crunchyroll.
Hmm.
That's about it from where we're. Yeah, that and Buchi Giri is also on Crunchy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Everything else is still up in the air. So yeah, but yeah, Shaman King Flowers could be on Netflix, but might not be because it would probably already have the Netflix tag.
Yeah.
Seventh time loop: the villainess enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy.
Oh.
Um, I'm good. I don't need these villainess shows. Like they're not my favorite. I know that they appeal to some, but this
Yeah.
isn't me.
Yeah. The villainous shows are not my cup of tea.
Yeah. So we're gonna just move right along to my dark horse of the season, Metallic Rouge. This show, it's like it says action sci-fi. There's also I feel like mecha components to it because one of the girls is just made out of metal, and I think
Oh,
she transforms into a robot.
I was like, it's not the fucking giant mech
Mecha in the
looming
background.
over the
No,
background of the poster.
the girl on the left is that mecha.
No, I can
Yeah.
get that too, but you're like, I don't know if it's about a mecha, but I'm pretty
Well,
sure I'm pretty sure robots to some degree are going to be involved,
depends
Frank.
on how you define mecha, but yes,
No, I know.
robots will be involved, and I'm very excited about that. This looks gorgeous, and everything I've seen for it so far, the music has been outstanding.
But what else is outstanding about it, Frank?
Mecha,
It's done by Bones.
yes, that too.
I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, that too. What do you mean?
Robots.
It's done by
Robots.
Bones.
Give me
Bones
robots.
is huge.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Bones is huge.
That's yeah.
Which I mean, Bones. If you don't know, don't know your studios. My Hero Academia. They do all that.
Yeah.
They do what? Are they also Pokemon? I can't remember.
No, Pokemon is OLM, I thought.
Oh, you're right. You're right. But yeah, Mob Psycho, Bungo Stray Dogs, My Hero,
The list goes
Eureka
on.
7. List goes on.
Yeah,
They are
like
huge.
they do a ton of good stuff. So
It's
the
an
animation's gonna
original
be great.
show. It's an original mecha, and that's why I'm so excited. So this
I
for me,
I
minimum 3
I will say, whenever a studio gets handed an original, I feel like go they
above and
use all of
beyond.
their creative capabilities of a studio in terms of animation because they're not limited by the direction of the source material, and I always find those to be the most entertaining and the most enjoyable to watch. Like,
They're
I mean,
either really good or really shit.
but see, I feel like a majority of them are really good. Again, I think it boils down to the studio too, and the director who's in charge of, actually making sure that everything is done well too.
That's true.
But um I'm forgetting the one because I looked at this poster and I was like, oh, two female characters, one of which is very bubbly, the other which seems a little cold. Who does that remind me of? Of another
Licorice
original.
Recoil.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I was like, the name was blanking. Yeah, Licorice Recoil. Like, it's another original that was beautifully done and was extremely well paced and very fun to watch. And I'm getting definite vibes from this, just the poster, because there's no synopsis. Um,
Yeah.
and again, original, a very prominent studio. I can see this being one that, as you said before, like kind of flies under the radar for most people
Hmm.
and ends up being a pretty bright shining star for the season. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. Um,
I have it as 3 episodes as well, and a part of me is hoping that they put enough resources into this because as of today, which was announced, we're recording this episode a little early, little inside baseball, but as of today, My Hero Academia season 7, spring 2024.
yeah,
So I really hope that Bones puts in the time and manpower into the show instead of just jumping ahead to My Hero as well.
yeah.
So we'll see. Moving on after that,
Make sure
the
you have a big
strongest
breath. Here we go.
the strongest tank's Labyrinth raids. A tank with a rare 9999 resistance skill got kicked from the hero's party. Done by Studio Poland.
Or
No,
Poland, like
Poland.
colon.
Colon.
I don't
You
know.
want a
I'm
you
pretty
want
sure
a
it's Poland.
colonoscopy, baby?
Um, I've already moved past it because those ones just don't intrigue me.
Yeah,
I
these are the
I
type of
know
shows that
there's
I'll like throw on during work and just listen to in the background. I'm like, yeah, okay.
and I know there's always a diamond in the rough for them where people are like, no, you have to watch. My one hit skill ends up costing me the party's appreciation, so I end up joining a
What is
lower
it?
tier party, and they love me even more now, and so I married a princess. Like, they're like, you have to watch that one. It was actually really good. I get that there's like one of those, but it's honestly one in like every 50, and
And
I
there's
just I
one
don't
that I'm
have.
waiting on.
I know there's one you're waiting on. There's just those are ones where I'm like, I will watch it. If it is truly that good, I'll watch it when I can. I'm not gonna spend the time even to give it a 1 episode. I've fallen into traps like that in previous seasons, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick to the ones that actually intrigue me from the start.
As much as I enjoyed the novelty of reincarnated as a vending machine, like no.
Yeah, like that one was fun. That one was different. It was fun. It fell by the wayside for me, and it's okay. I'll pick it up at some other point. But those
Talk
ones,
to
yeah.
talk to me when the show backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. My party
Yeah.
left me, whatever, and my 999 gotcha skill, whatever
Yeah.
title. Talk to me when that comes out. But yes, moving on, we have The Witch and the Beast, and this one might be an intriguing one. I watched a little teaser trailer for it, and this is gonna get at least 1 episode from me because I love a good monster
Yeah.
show.
We had just
But
watched Undead Murder Farce, so
exactly, but it's basically a man carrying a coffin and a girl with the eyes of a beast appear in a town. The girl was once cursed by a witch and now searches for her in order to undo the curse. Is the witch who appears before them the quarry they've been searching for, and how can the curse be undone? Again, I love me a good monster show. I'm gonna give this at least 1 episode, probably 2.
Yeah.
but done by Yokohama Animation Lab,
Which
who is in charge of.
I remember the name. I just can't
Oh, they
remember
did
what
the
they've done.
Kingdoms in Ruin, which was this past season.
Okay.
They did the Great Cleric, so they've done a lot of fantasy shows.
So
Nothing huge, but oh god, they did Miru in Tights. Yeah, nothing like no huge shows, but you know what? This one seems like a legit like, hey, we've got a serious show. Let's put our all into this.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing if this pans out. So yep,
This
but
this
oh,
next
what
one is gonna be, I think, the
is this all you?
closest.
You
No,
talk. You give it to us.
it's so I believe this is one that is one that my wife is reading. I think. But what I was gonna say is I am going to put my money down that this is gonna be the one that is on par with like Yamada-kun because of the type of romance involved. So it is, to give the description, Yuki, a deaf college student, is struggling one day with an upperclassman from her school. Itsuomi helps her when an upperclassman from her school helps her out. Itsuomi isn't put off at all by her lack of hearing, interacts with her naturally. As he gradually opens up a new world to her, Yuki begins to develop feelings for Itsuomi. So it's just your love story in college.
Yes.
And you had the element of Yamada-kun had the element of playing an RPG together. This one has the element of having being deaf. So it's going to be super cutesy, and all of the girls are going to squee over characters.
Squee.
And yeah, I have, having not read it, I just have a feeling that we're going to get like a immediate love like relationship established, and it's gonna be so heartfelt, and everyone's gonna be very happy. It's gonna be great.
Oh, so happy.
It's gonna be great, unlike one of the ones that I'm waiting for, because I could see the poster peeking out from above, because there's
I don't
we
have
waited,
the posters.
we waited a
peeking up,
very
but
long time for
yes,
something to
we've
happen.
still got a long ways to go. But Fluffy Paradise is next. Adventure fantasy isekai reincarnation slice of life. That's way too fucking much. So nope.
And I refuse to watch any isekai that says dead of overwork, because it reminds me of I've been killing slimes for 300 years and max my level, and I will not fall into that fucking trap ever again.
Yeah, no. This is basically an isekai where he gets to cuddle cute animals. So if that's your jam, there you go.
There you go. Watch Pokemon.
The next one, oh boy, Trash
no.
Fire maybe.
Yeah, I mean immediate no already.
Yeah, immediate no from both of us. But the Seven Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse.
It is 24 episodes. Good God.
No, thank you. No, that's gonna be a no from both of us. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna straight up move along.
Move along.
Dr. Elise, the royal lady with the lamp.
There's not a lamp.
She got a
There's
lamp?
a bird.
Oh,
Where's the lamp?
boy, I don't see lamps.
I just see a bird.
Making up for her sins in the past life as the evil Princess Elise, Io Takamoto dedicates her life to saving people as a doctor. But a fatal accident cuts her atonement short, and suddenly she's back to her previous life, 10 years before her death. Will her foresight and medical brilliance help her change her past ways and heal an ailing empire, or is fate doomed to repeat itself? This reminds me of there's a show going on this season that is just like that, and I don't remember what. And this is gonna be a big old fat no from me.
You're not talking about.
Maybe it was last season.
You're not talking about the 8-bit sensation, are you? Or 16-bit
No, it's
sensation?
the Disgrace Novel is the one that I'm thinking of.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I remember the name. I thought it was last season. I could be wrong.
Maybe
though.
it was 2 seasons. But
could be
yeah,
wrong.
no, this is gonna be a no from me.
Yeah, probably a no.
Yeah,
Especially
I can't
since
find the other show.
the description's so intense, and yet they still add comedy as one of the tags.
Interesting.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. But yes, moving on. The Weakest Tamer began a journey to pick up trash.
So I have seen the manga, or no, light novel. It is a light novel. I've seen the light novel in stores, and again, premise sounds funny. Like, you're isekai, and you, instead of adventuring, just go and do trash duty. sounds funny enough. I think it's gonna be similar to Vending Machine, where the shtick gets kind of old.
Yeah.
Where it's not gonna carry itself throughout. I might give it a little one, just because I've seen it around so much. I've heard through the rumblings and online that it is relatively entertaining in terms of like isekai, again, because it has that shtick to it. But I doubt that I'll even get through the first episode.
That's fair.
I have a sneaking suspicion that it's just gonna be kind of meh.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a no for me. So you let me know what that one episode is, but yeah, this is gonna be a no. The the unwanted undead adventure.
There should really be a comma in there, but it's fine.
There really should, but there isn't. Renette or rented.
You don't say it's not okay.
Whatever.
You don't say
Fiona
Brett or Jeffafa. It's just Rent.
Dunham.com. Okay. Anyways, Rent has haunted monsters for the last 10 years. Sadly, she's not great at his job. Wait, sadly, he's not great at his job. Sorry.
God, get your
Stuck
pronouns
hunting
right.
slimes
Jesus.
and goblins for a few coins each day. His luck turns when he finds an undiscovered path at the path's end. He meets his demise in the new Maw of the Legendary. I've already fucking lost interest. I'm good.
Yeah, reading it, my brain started to melt. Wakes up as an undead bag of bones.
No, I'm good. It's fine.
Seems like what is it, Skeleton Knight, which I watched. It was actually entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Actually entertaining. This one, for some reason, probably just because of the poster, it gives me very intense, like it's supposed to be more dramatic feelings.
Agreed. But yeah, the studio is the studio behind Strike the Blood, Ayakashi Triangle, others.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. That's gonna be a no for me. And to our next show, The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. Comedy, romantic subtext, school, supernatural. Why romantic subtext? Why not just romance?
I think I don't know. I don't know why it's romantic subtext, because it's about a demon who's on a mission to recruit high school students to fight against the angels of heaven, and is captivated by his seatmate, which is going to in turn create a devilishly hilarious celestial surprise. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna guess that she's an angel.
Probably.
So, yeah, I don't know why it's romantic subtext. Maybe because it's...
You're a devil and I'm an angel. We can't be together.
Yeah, maybe that would be my only guess. So
yeah, no, I'm good. Every time I see this studio pop up, I just laugh. Children's Playground Entertainment. It's just so long.
Yeah, but this next studio though.
This is my show of the season.
All right.
This is my everything right now.
Take it away.
I absolutely fucking cannot wait for this. And essentially, it's especially since I believe they are dropping every single episode in one day, which is 20. Well, no, they don't have 24. It's still question mark, but it says 2 cores back to back. But if I remember correctly, Netflix is dropping everything all at once. This is Delicious in Dungeon. This is one of my favorite series. I have all of the books that are out. I finished reading the series online because I am going to buy the books whenever the fuck they come out, which isn't going to be for another minimum half a year. This show is a delight. This series is a delight. I shouldn't say the show because the show's not out. It started a bit slow for me reading the manga. I was like, it's a little difficult to trudge through. But in all honesty, it is phenomenal. It is great. It is lighthearted at its core. It is a very fun, lighthearted adventure, despite the main plot of it being, let's eat all the fucking monsters in a dungeon. So for those who don't know about the series, it is being done by Studio Trigger, which is my absolute favorite studio out
What have
there.
they done, Frank?
They've done stuff. No, they've done Darling in the Franxx, whether you like it or not. I thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed my time with it. They've done Gurren Lagann, or well, they were at the other studio before they did the Gurren Lagann, but it's the same people. They've done Kill la Kill. They've done Little Witch Academia. They've done a lot of things pro mare that I absolutely love. And this is going to be their like first manga adaptation, if I'm remembering correctly. They've done a couple light novels, but this is their first manga. Um, this show is going to be great. It is going to be funny. Basically, it's about a bunch of adventurers who are teleported out of a dungeon by one of their party members because they're being attacked by a red dragon. That one party member who teleported them all out is still stuck in the dungeon. But for everybody else, they're flat broke. They have basically what's on their backs and in their hands, and they want to rescue their friends. So they say, why don't we go back into the dungeon, and what we'll do for food is eat the monsters we kill, which has been huge taboo. Nobody does it. Everybody looks down upon it, but nobody really gives a reason why. And so they go on this adventure trying to rescue their friend, all the while eating these freaking monsters in the dungeon. So they eat like little mushroom men. They encounter golems with vegetables on their backs because of a different character that you'll meet down the line. It is a delight. This show is going to be my anime probably of the year. I'm looking forward to this show so much. I highly, highly suggest watching it.
Yeah, it does look really good. I will definitely. It's definitely on my list. Not just because it's Trigger, because the premise seems again very, very funny, and it's doesn't seem like it's going to be the main focal point, which is good. Like I feel like a lot of the other ones we've been talking about so far, the shtick is the main piece to it. Because the main piece to
Yeah.
this is it's still you're traveling through the dungeon. Like it's
To
still
try and
it's
find your friend.
yeah, it's still an adventure base, but the quirkiness to it is that you're eating the monsters, which is sort of unprecedented at this point.
Yeah, it's a very lighthearted adventure that has like a very fun story to it. That's
Yeah.
I think why I love the appeal to it. It's not complicated where you're building a world with 15 different characters or, bloodlines that you have to remember everything. It's like, no,
Right.
we're just going to go on a little adventure. Here's some side characters, here's some side plot like that of these characters. It's great. It's going to be a fun time. I highly suggest it.
Yep.
But
All right.
enough gushing. We're moving on. Villainess level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon.
Okay.
Another Villainess show.
Yeah.
No.
All
This
right.
is going to be a no.
Here's mine. I'm going to gush over. I'm going to take less time because we're running out of time. But
Yes, sorry. That's my bad.
oh, you're good. You're good. No, it's appropriate to gush over things because I'm going to gush over Hokkaido Gals are super adorable. This is like, I predict that this is going to be the next big pure slice of life, similar to Komi Can't Communicate, because it's just that. It's just slice of life.
But
Like
there's some etchiness to it.
I mean, there's etchiness to Komi.
Not really.
There's one character in particular.
Okay. One character aside.
This
has like 3.
This isn't etchy. This isn't etchiness. It's just you're just talking about how they dress. Which shame on you for for chastising and stereotyping gals and gyarus.
For the viewers, I am very much so looking forward to this as well, but he's going to gush over it, so I will mute myself. You gush.
Frank just has shame towards gals and gyarus, and you know what? I say shame towards you, Frank. Yeah, basically, student from Tokyo goes to move to Hokkaido because his family thinks it's best for him to focus on his education, and he has his grandmother living up there. And his first day there meets up with a girl at the bus station who is wearing the most just not in this state of the world appropriate outfit.
Not in season outfit.
Because it's Hokkaido in the winter, snowing massively. There's already snow everywhere, and she's in like a skirt and a little like jacket, and that's it. No hat, no nothing. And our dude just bundle up. But immediately captivates him, and this is the loving story of how he basically gets acclimated to Hokkaido, meets a bunch of people from his class, and just has the time of his life. And we are both reading the manga. The manga is nearing the end. We are over, I think, 115 chapters at this point, I want to say.
I'll double check for you.
Right
I
around
want to
there.
say it's like 110.
But I say this to put in perspective that the current time lapse in the manga is 1 year.
We're at 105.
105, so I was a little bit over. So in 105 chapters, they've only gone through a full year in like real time.
Time.
Yeah. So that's why I say like this is like the epitome of slice of life. It is slow moving. You're just going through the rigmarole of an everyday life of a high school student, getting used to a new city, and it's just fucking great. It makes you feel good. The characters are a lot of fun. They all have very unique personalities, and it's one of those slice of lives too, where you kind of gravitate towards one and root for them no matter what, because they all differ so greatly.
It's like a we never learn type situation. You pick one girl, like please pick her.
Yeah. It's great. It's gonna be probably my favorite slice of life for the next season, the next like full. We'll group it by Crunchyroll award standards. The next full Crunchyroll awards season of anime. Unless something spectacular comes out that's not on my radar right now. But yeah, I've been
there's
reading
already something that came out that is on your radar.
Yeah, that's fair. But I don't know. This one, it's on paper, it's just so hard for me to not immediately love. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a full watch for me, no matter what.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I love this manga as well. I'm not gonna gush over it like you did, but it's a fun story. It's very laid back, and the comedy's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I will definitely be watching this shit out of it. Next up, Tales of Wedding Rings. If this is not a continuation, I thought it was, but this has a shit ton of subcategories.
There
Action,
are 7
ecchi, fantasy, harem, isekai, romance, supernatural.
There are 7 different tags to this, and I'm immediately out. It just Tales of Wedding Rings just makes it sound like Peter Grill. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Peter, I know what you mean, but
is it Peter Grill? I think it is.
Peter Grill's where he's like, I want to marry this one girl, and then he just fucks everybody else.
Well, because they all want to marry him. All the monster girls want to marry him.
No, he's like the greatest hero. They just want his seed. That's it.
Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
This one,
they don't want to marry him.
This one just seems like that, but it like is more wholesome maybe because it's like they just want to marry him. So all right, high school student with his best friend Hime.
It's just I've read it. It's awful. It's not great. Yeah, he crashes her wedding, and then it goes downhill.
So many. Yeah, no, we're good. Bye.
The wrong way to use healing magic.
It's called death magic. I'm good. Pass. Moving on. The poster looks like a 5-year-old in MS Paint just took their favorite character. There's a group of like 4 dudes that look like they play, or 5 dudes. If
I didn't know any better, this is Blue Lock.
No, it looks like, okay, if I'm looking at it, there's 5 characters in uniform that look like they're just from an adult pickup league of soccer. There's Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh in there.
Jesus fucking Christ, I didn't even see
There's a Digimon.
Yeah. You got a Fox Girl?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Moving on.
This next one I will be watching. Bottom tier character Tomozaki Season 2. This was a show that I thought was done. I thought this was over. They had kind of reached like an open-ended ending. Mm-hmm. I know that was redundant.
Open-ending ending.
Yes, correct. I thought it was over. It is not. I am very much so looking forward to this. Bottom tier character Tomozaki. So if you have not watched Season 1, you have some time. Episode 1 is out in 22 days as of recording. So
yeah. This is one that I've wanted to watch. So I'll probably go back and watch the first season because I've seen a lot.
It's entertaining. It's not great. It's not horrible. Like it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a good solid slice of life.
Yep.
And then this next one,
Oh boy.
I am looking forward to this one.
Which is so funny that you're
Hey,
so excited about it because you know the level of etchiness in it, and yet you always mock me for me picking out etchy shit. So go on, but make it
Chain
quick.
Soldier.
Hurry
Yes,
up.
we'll make it quick. This is going to be a high dive show. Basically, a world opens up and monsters flood out of it, and or no, sorry. Well, they do flood out of it, but basically when they go to the other world, there's like a fruit. If you eat it, if you are a girl, you gain supernatural powers. If you are a boy, you gain shit. So they basically these girls fight demons and other monsters in this other world and protect Earth. And basically, role reversal: boys are house husbands and girls are the breadwinners. And it's all about this kid who walks into one of these portals unknowingly because he's lost in train of thought, makes a pact with a girl on the other side, and becomes basically a slave soldier to this girl. And then whenever he does something that she's like, whenever she gives a command and he does that task, he is rewarded with whatever he likes, essentially. And it just leads to just some etchiness.
How misogynistic of you to say role reversal. There are many strong, powerful women out there
There
who
100% are.
who lead the charge.
Historical role reversal. But yes, you are correct.
Archaic role
My
reversal.
wife makes as much money as I do, and I love her for it. No,
the
but
patriarchal role reversal.
okay,
you
Ken.
heathen.
Okay, Ken. But yeah, no, this is an etchy good time. It's turn your brain off, have fun.
Honestly, I know you've been talking about it, and we watched the trailer, and it looks etchy as shit. It also just looks like pure dog shit, and I will maybe give it an episode. I don't know. This one's just not. Yeah. Okay.
Next show, Blue Exorcist. They're fucking bringing Blue Exorcist back. I need to catch up on Blue Exorcist because it's been a while since I've watched it.
I watched it when it was out, and I had no interest in it. It was so boring to me. I know I'm in a minority group because I know a ton of people love Blue Exorcist. I just found it so boring.
I enjoyed it enough, so I'll have to catch up on it just to refresh myself. But I will be watching at least 3 episodes.
Are you gonna be enjoying my instant death ability? Is so overpowered, no one in this world stands a chance against me! Exclamation point.
No, nor will I enjoy Banished from a Hero's Party. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside 2nd season.
Oh God.
So we're not gonna watch either of those shows. Those were the next 2 shows.
Well, we will be watching.
But we both will be watching The Dangers in My Heart season 2.
Yay!
100%.
Hooray! High Dive.
If you haven't watched season 1, highly suggest watching it. This will be on High Dive.
Yes. Great slice of life.
Yes.
Go watch.
Mashal season 2 is coming out. The Divine Visionary Candidate Exam. I did not finish season 1, and if I did, I don't remember where it ended, so I will not be watching season 2.
It's so funny too because Mashal, my wife's read all the way through it. I believe. I don't know. She might have fallen off.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is. So then she has read through it all. I believe she's watched it, and I remember watching a little bit of episodes here and there. God, it
was disappointing.
It looked really fucking boring.
I
remember watching it. Like the jokes weren't really landing either. Like I'm like, oh,
it was not a good adaptation, unfortunately.
That's poopy.
Yeah, it really wasn't a great adaptation. I won't be watching this because there's still. I mean, my list is already full, and there's still more to go. So, Ragnar Crimson, this is a continuation.
I was
going to say
season. Real quick, we'll just say. Because we're on the last 2 rows, Ragnar Crimson, Undead Unlock, The Apothecary Diaries, and Frieren are all continuations, so we're not going to talk about them.
Frieren's at the very top. There's 2 that you skipped over.
I know, but what I'm saying, we're just going to go through the ones that are coming out, Frank.
Correct.
I was touching on the continuation ones. You got to keep up, man, all right? You are 1 hour behind me. My brain is slowing down way slower than yours. You need to keep up with me, bud. Let's go. Tsukamichi Moonlight Fantasy. What's this about?
Season 2.
I didn't watch the first season.
I didn't watch the first season either, but it's on my to-watch list.
All right, we'll move on.
Classroom of the Elite season 3. Never finished season 2.
God, that's another one where you hope it was going to be good, but it ended up being pretty boring as shit.
It's okay. Shangri-La Frontier.
Whoops, I forgot to add Shangri-La.
And I will be watching the shit out of that. Frieren, again, will be watching the shit out of that.
But here it is.
The final show, which I am very, very, very excited for because I have read all of the original series and some, if not most, of the continuation of this series, and that is Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is a darling. It is a darling manhwa that it's where to even begin? Like, you have your overpowered fantasy, isekai, etc. This is just a pure fantasy world, and he works for that overpowered bullshit. Let me tell you, that man put in time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. This is going to be a great show.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot express my excitement for this show. I just hope it lives up to the hype. This is honestly like a Chainsaw Man type show for me. Like, I read the entirety of this series in like 2 days. I
Yeah.
could not put this down.
Yeah.
This show, I just hope lives up to those expectations. I don't know if it will from what I've seen, but nonetheless, looking forward to watching it. It will be on Crunchyroll.
The only thing that gives me hesitation, because I mean, I think it's going to be the number one for this season, like hands down. I don't think there's any real competition in terms of new ones, right?
Delicious in Dungeon. I think that's the only competition it really has for
No,
new shows.
not for us. I'm talking just in general. I'm talking like the overall audience of anime. I think this is already undoubtedly going to be the number one, unless they really fumble it somehow.
I mean, that or maybe Blue Exorcist, but tomato potato.
Maybe. The one thing that gives me hesitation though is that there's been so much advertisement for a while, and like little blips and blurbs coming out, and then there was like so it was like the initial hype, and then there was like a downturn, and there's like, oh, here's like a couple other things, and then it went back up, right? That maybe intensity levels going in are going to be pretty tame, I would say. You know,
it also doesn't help for the fact that A1 Pictures is also doing season 2 of Mashal in the same season.
Well, no offense to the first season of Mashal, but animation quality didn't seem to be that great to begin with. So, yeah, you know,
touche.
That's my only hesitation. It's hard for me to imagine like any point in this anime where it's not going to be at the top of people's lists for the adventure part, for the story part, for the animation part, because it is A1 Pictures and they're a fantastic fantastic studio. Again, they'd have to really muff it up somehow for it to get beat out.
Yeah.
Again, for new anime out, because looking at the list we have here, it's stacked. You still have Frieren, which I didn't realize was at an 8.66 on Live Chart, so good for them.
Which is amazing.
I love the anime. Okay, I hope people finally shut up about it's boring because it's just them walking.
The manga, in my opinion, isn't my cup of tea. I've read the first 6 volumes. I absolutely love the anime. When you add the animation and the music into that show, it is amazing.
Yeah, I said from the beginning, it's like The Hobbit. If you don't like reading The Hobbit, you're not going to like reading or watching this, really. So yeah, you have, I mean, Frieren, Shangri-La, Apothecary Diaries, which I know is on everyone's list. It's a Netflix.
Nope, it's on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll, never mind. My Happy Marriage was Netflix. That's the other one.
Yes.
Yeah. Undead Unlock, Ragnar Crimson. Like, there's a lot of continuing series. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
Jinx.
This one, I think Solo Leveling is just so, it's going to be so hard in my opinion for it to be beat out by even any of these. It's just the level of hype for, I think it got announced over a year ago at this point.
No, it got announced last year. It was like spring of last year. It got the announcement.
I thought it was like,
no, it was at the Crunchyroll Awards last year.
So okay, so March. So
I believe.
I think it was.
I'll look it up.
It seems okay. It might not be that long then. It just seems like a long time. That is my only pause for why that might not get an immediate like big kick. It's because there's been so much lead up to it that I think all of the hype has kind of dwindled down a bit, just a bit. I still think it's going to be the best of the season, I just don't know what the immediate response is going to be like because of the lead up time.
You were right. It's
Haha!
been since 2022, Anime
That's
Expo 2022, which is in the summer.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
It's been a year and a half, baby.
Because the lead artist, passed away
That's right.
after
Shortly after the announcement.
after the announcement, correct? So, yeah. I just that's always whenever an anime gets announced, especially when it's a manga adaptation. And
No, this is a manhwa. The manhwas have had a awful track record for anime.
I should just classify it as any adaptation.
Okay.
Track records aside, any adaptation where there's like a year plus, I would even argue like maybe like 8 months, 9 months plus, where you're like, hey, it's coming out in this time, especially for a new series, right? Because you have the continuing ones where you get like the confirmation that there's going to be a second season. So you're like, okay, cool. Like, at least I know that I get to watch something more of this later. But for a new series, for it to be a year plus, for them to be like, all right, it's coming out. And you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, you lose all of that initial hype and excitement. So that's my only fear is
I think it just
the hype
depends on the
trains,
property, because
the hype trains
Chainsaw
slow
Man-
down.
Chainsaw Man was also announced over a year before release. Yeah, it was announced December 14th, 2020 that it would receive an anime television adaptation produced by MAPPA. So it was in 2020 that it was announced that it was getting an anime.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
then I think the first trailer was in 2021, and then it came out last fall. Like, it was over a year for that one as well.
I know. Like, and again, what I say is not like
Definitive.
It's not objective, right? It's not final say. It's not 100% accurate by any means. It's just I feel like in most cases for new anime being adapted, that hype train slows down the further along it takes for it to finally come out. And that is my only hesitation for this.
Yeah.
I don't see any other, in any world, right? Any other situation that Solo Leveling is not the top for winter. I don't.
You're right. Because if One Piece is the king of anime or manga, if One Piece is the king of manga, which, let's be honest, it really is.
Yeah.
Solo Leveling is the king of manhwa.
Yeah.
And this is like a show you absolutely 100% cannot fuck up. Because you've had other manhwa adaptations that have crashed and burned.
Mm-hmm.
The only decent one I can think of is Tower of God. And even a lot of people have opinions about that.
Differing opinions, yeah.
But, like, Noblesse was a great manhwa, apparently. Horrible adaptation. And the what's the fucking fighting one where there's the high school kids and the fighting, and Crunchyroll produced it, and it was good but not great. Why can I not think of it? You know what I'm talking about?
Not Tower of God?
No, Tower of God was another one. Hold on. How the fuck do you spell?
I wish I could help you. I wish there was more to it. Fighting kids. It's a manhwa?
Yeah, it's a manhwa. I fucking like tournament high school. No, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Somebody please just correct me.
Yeah,
correct me.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help you.
Yeah, but like,
yes,
they've really fumbled manhwa, and this needs to, absolutely needs to.
For the sake of manhwa out there, yeah, this one needs to land perfectly. 10 out of 10.
Speaking of landing perfectly, hopefully we have landed perfectly on this list as to what we're watching with what you're watching. If not, tell us what you will be watching and why we should watch it. We will be back next week with a big episode. So until then, Spark Triumph. See you later.